I am Link of the Meanies, and I'm here to talk shit.
Fantastic. You couldn't pick a better person to talk shit with, brother. How you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good actually.
Cool bananas. Well, the shit that we are talking about specifically is your new single Shutdown, which came out back on October the 9th, bro. So how's
Yeah.
the reception been for it?
What was that? Sorry.
How's the reception been for it?
I've talked. Well, yeah, I haven't talked to that many people, but it seems to be pretty well received. It's something a bit different, sexy.
Sexy. The sexy is a word for it. You actually described it as you said sonically it's the meanies at their sexiest, and I'm inclined to agree, bro. There's a definite sense of sex appeal and swagger to the song.
It turns me on listening to it. I mean, that's how sexy it
I had to stop listening to it because I was overturned on.
is. A bit of pee in your pants.
In and around your face, I reckon. But she's actually an old new song, bro, like having been recorded 25 years ago. So how did
Yeah.
it hit for so long?
Well, we've gradually been. We initially released like an EP and a couple of EPs off that from that recording session, the more traditional meanies type songs. But I was just a bit confused at the time and kind of like recorded a whole bunch of ridiculous shit. There's like a disco song, there's fucking a country song. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But yeah, so we did release those, and we had a whole bunch of other stuff that we've gradually kind of like done a bunch of singles, over the last, I don't know, 15 years or whatever. So we'll have one of those tracks on the A side and a couple of Aussie bands covering our songs on the other side. So we've been lucky enough to have some really good bands do that.
Yeah, cool. And did you release it exactly as it was recorded 25 years ago, or did you touch it up a bit?
No, no touching.
Yeah, like no touching here.
Can't do that anymore. There's no touching anymore.
Allegedly, they say. So she's just the same as you belted out in the studio 25 years ago. You turn around and chuck it straight out.
Pretty much.
Nice work. As you say, man, it's a little different musically for you guys. So, was it the direction you were contemplating back at that stage, or were you just having a bit of fun?
No, yeah. It's kind of like not that long after I did Tomorrow People, and I was kind of like, yeah, big on not being pigeonholed. And it's like, why the fuck would you do that with the Meanies? Just do it with something else, which I did with the Tomorrow People. And oh yeah, it's just kind of stupid, but it is what it is. And I actually quite like that song, and I think that song will work pretty well in the set. Where I've just been learning the guitar, the some of the funky guitar to go with it to play along with Jaws, because it's just I don't think it'll work live with one guitar because it's kind of
Nah.
like sort of yeah a little bit going on, but. Yeah, I should be all right by the show, hopefully. We're having rehearsal here, like Wally should be rocking up soon at my place. So we're going to be rehearsing just behind me in this room. So I've got it all set up to play.
Got all the taxidermy animals set up around watching you play.
Yeah, yeah. I had to move we had a big spider on the roof. I had to take that out because Wally hates spiders. So
I'm with him there. I hate the fucking things. So you touched on the fact that you got Aussie bands doing the B side. So on this particular one, you've got Frenzal Rhomb doing a version of Play This Song Every Night. So firstly, what was the idea behind having other bands cover your songs? And secondly, how did the old Frenzal Rhomb boys get involved?
well, they're friends of ours. As are all the bands that we've had on our singles. Um, I can't remember how we even started. I think initially we were going to do an album of just bands covering our songs and call it "Sounds Like the Meanies," like those old records, like "Sounds Like Alice Cooper" or whatever. But
Right, yeah.
and you'd buy it and feel ripped off because it's not actually Alice Cooper, someone covering him. But yeah. So yeah. As for the single idea, I don't know whose idea that was. Probably Wally's.
Sounds like the Frenzal boys had a bit of fun with it though. They're half taking the piss, but half being serious. Like,
Well, they're
find out
not
what
really.
they're
That's a pretty faithful rendition of the song. It's actually better than our version. Well, it's on a par. Let's put it that way.
yeah,
Um,
on a par.
yeah, no, it's very good. Those guys are just like fucking amazing live harmonists and performers. Like we did that tour with them, and I was just like watching them, just going, "Fuck me," you know. And because I've always wanted to do three-part harmonies live, and I've never really done it. Every band I've done has always been like two-part harmonies, and hadn't had the third person to do it. So I've always, I mean, I did write three-part harmonies for some of the songs, but live they'd just be two-part harmonies. But you watch those guys do it, and they're just fucking so spot on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of people look at Frenzal for their humor, and their onstage antics, but they're
Yeah,
actually pretty fucking good musicians as well.
mind-blowingly good. I mean, I was just watching them with my jaw was hitting the ground. It's just like I'd forgotten because I hadn't seen him in a long time, and yeah, amazing.
Amazing. And did the bands get to choose what song they wanted to cover, or do you just give them one and say run with it?
Oh, you'd have to ask Wally that one. I think it's just what was left at the yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I
lucky
no
dip.
idea. I have no information.
No, yeah. Well, we'll move on to the second track then, which is by a Perth band called Leeches, and
Yeah.
they do a pretty good job of that too.
Yeah, they're a really good live band, Leeches, and also friends. I'm playing in Benny's band. He's coming down and playing with the Meanies on our run of shows, and I'm playing in his band with him, and we'll also be rehearsing behind me just here
What a
on
treat.
Saturday. So
Yeah.
I've got the Meanies rehearsing tonight. Then on Thursday, I'm having a run through with Mark McCartney who's playing in Benny's band, and then rehearsing on Saturday with Benny's band. So it's got hopefully the neighbours don't fucking.
Hopefully they last the weekend.
At least we've got electronic drums though, so we can do it at a kind of relatively kind of
You won't.
acceptable level, you
You
know.
can, but you won't. You won't.
Well, it's hard with Wally because he always turns up louder than you want him to.
So going back to the start, bro, like you guys started around 1988. So
Yeah,
what's the musical climate like in Australia at the time that gave birth to the Meanies, and where did you fit in?
where do we fit in?
Yeah.
I don't think we ever really considered ourselves kind of like a punk band, you know, when we've started doing it. It's just like, and we didn't quite often we'd play with all sort of different types of bands and whatever. So we weren't really part of, I guess, the punk scene. But we'd cross over and some of those bands would play with us and whatever. But yeah, it was just it's so different now. I mean, it's hard kind of in remembering now because it feels so alien the way it was back then. You know, it's like you just you had no. I mean, there was no when we started doing it. There was no chance of becoming big. I mean, the biggest you could hope for was playing to 1,000 people.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's no, we can be like Amel and the Sniffers or, you know, that sort of size band. Because our sort of bands just didn't do that. You know, Mudhoney would come in and play the old Greek or, you know, whatever to, 1,500 people. Um, you know, and that was as big as it got with the alternative sort of music. And then, of course, Nirvana happened and things changed.
Yeah, well,
And we still didn't get big.
couldn't get there. So when you were around the same time that grunge did really take off, like was there a rivalry of sorts between everyone else and grunge back then? Like were they the nasty cousins no one liked?
No, I don't. I don't recall there being any. I mean, there's probably kind of with certain bands like Pearl Jam or whatever, you had the kind of the backlash and whatever. I don't remember it ever happening to my knowledge, with Nirvana, you know, or like a lot of those bands. I mean, it's just I guess a lot of bands just thought it was great because it gave them the opportunity to maybe make a quid if they got big and
Yeah, yeah. You've probably been asked this a few times before, bro, but it still fascinates me. Like the amount of bands from your era, like you got your Spider Baits, Cosmic Psychos, Regurgitator, Frenzal, got the Rock, you got Screaming Jets, Baby Animals, The Poor. Like there's so many bands from that era still going and going strong. Like what?
Hmm.
But there's never been another era like it that I can remember where there's so many older bands going strong. Like what do you put that down to? Do you put it down to the fact that we just don't give a fuck because we're old and we just do what we want, or?
Um. I don't know. It could. It's hard to say. It could just be kind of like the bitter old man kind of thing, just like sticking with what you know, was in your window of like passion. So you know, because when you're a teenager, early 20s, whatever, that's when to me, that's when I was the most excited about
Yeah.
going out and seeking music. So it's like you're always going to look back at that as being you know, something special. But I don't know. Yeah,
Whatever it is, mate, keep it coming, I reckon.
yeah. Well, we will.
Nice. Yeah, you mentioned fact you've practiced it before, bro. That's because you got a single launch tour coming up, starting
Yeah.
in Melbourne on the 31st of October, and you hit Frankston, the Tote, Newcastle, and Sydney. So,
I've
what
got
can fans
Castlemaine,
expect
I
from
think.
the Meanies?
Yeah.
Castlemaine too. There's more in there. What
Yeah.
what could we expect from the Meanies in 2025, bro?
Oh, it's probably going to be pretty sad, to be honest. Just, we're just hoping for people to let's just be patient with us and forgiving.
Yeah,
It's pretty pathetic.
I noticed there's no Brisbane in there either, mate. Is that to be announced soon, or you giving
I
us?
hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so. Yeah, I always love going to Brisbane. Yeah,
Watch your space.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure we'll get there soonish.
Sweet. Now, before I let you go, bro, we've got a new segment called Photo Bomb. So
Oh,
basically, I've
God.
scrolled through your social media and I've come up with a few photos that I want to know some more about.
Yeah.
So I've got this one. Like, it doesn't look like the most comfortable place to sleep.
I think that I think if I look at the guts there,
I know.
I think that was possibly I think that was the Frenzal Rhomb tour, if I remember correctly.
What
Yeah,
is
and
that?
just in the Virgin Lounge, you're getting free drinks.
Picking me. What's with the fucking with the old bookmaker's bag there too, mate?
The with oh right,
What's
yeah.
his bag?
I think of it as a doctor's bag. It's like it's got my box of tricks in there to heal people, sonically. Um, yeah, they're just a solid touring bag. I put everything in there, my clothes, everything, and that's all I take.
Yeah, fair enough. All
Yeah.
right, I've found one more that it's just classic band fucking touring photo. This one.
Oh fuck, is that Wally?
Yeah,
Oh,
it sure is.
that looks fucking old.
That's from Germany in 2019.
No, no, it's not 2019.
I might have
That's,
been earlier than that. That's sorry. What
no,
was it?
that's
2019. Sorry. Yeah.
that's the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because that's the only time we went to Germany in the early 90s. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
looks like he's fucking. He's had a few.
Yeah. Because I remember that van, there was no windows, and just all of us would be in the back just rolling around, like just fucking bumping up against the walls, and it was pretty uncomfortable. And it wasn't quite long enough for you to lie stretched out, so it was kind of
Oh, yeah, righty, yeah. I
yeah.
wasn't hand
And
sweat
we
rolling
had a
around.
big barrel full of lukewarm fucking beer all covered in oil. I remember yeah, no, because we were in Spain and you couldn't get a fucking cold drink at the servos for some reason. Things have changed now, but so we bought we found an old drum, but we didn't realize it had oil in it. So, some still had oil residue. So we filled it up with ice and put the beer in there. Then eventually the cans will end up being covered in oil and
Oh,
fucking,
but you
yeah.
drunk him anyway, didn't you?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Of course you did. That's rock and roll. All right, brother. Well, thanks very much for your time, mate. Been a pleasure speaking with you. The single Shutdown is out now. It's a very smooth, fucking funky, sexual piece of chocolate. So get along and see the boys at a show near you.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, brother. You take care.
You too. See ya.